takeandtalkpics.com. I'm Rob Kruger, and this is episode 87 with our Fundamental Fridays. So today, Photo World, I'd like to talk to you about culling your photos. Now, I have a wedding up here, and just the process of culling your photos is really the selection process of the keeps and the selection process of the throws. And I don't know about you, but I do not take the perfect picture every single time. So there are keeps and throws. You have to have a few that are not going to really make the cut. And if you're that picky, then you're probably doing it right, because we have to be that critical of our work to make sure we're doing it right. So I have this wedding here in front of you that you can see images. These are raw straight out of the cameras. And we got some good stuff happening, but there's a few that just don't make the cut for me. And I'm just going to brush through a little bit here my process of just how I cull photos, and it's very fast. And one thing I like to do is I like to first get everything prepped and ready and make sure I can have my keyboard set up the way I want so I can flip through them very quickly, star rate them the way I need. And for me right now, I'm using Bridge. You can use Bridge. You can use Lightroom or Photo Mechanic. There are actually a bunch of different options as far as culling your photos. Nikon has a specific software. Canon has a specific software. So you can use these things to your advantage of picking out which ones you want to keep, which ones you want to throw. But for me, today, I'm using Bridge. I love Photo Mechanic. I love Lightroom. And I do love Bridge. But it's just a little bit different process. And what I like to do with Bridge is actually bring this bar up so my little content down below here is a little bit larger. My main image is a little bit smaller. I feel that if you make your main image a little smaller that you're looking at, you can kind of see the larger details and get a better feel for it as a whole, rather than trying to see an entire screen and analyze all the aspects of that photo. First of all, I took all these pictures, so I know exactly what I have, and I'm reminded very quickly the second I see it, oh yeah, I saw that through the lens. I know exactly what I was seeing then. I know what I'm looking at now, so it's easy to remind myself the progression of the images and how I went about doing it. So I'm just going to start here. I already went through a few of these, but I just want to start right here on these shoes and move through. So let me back it up. Boom. I don't like that one. The top is too close. So a little more breathing room. We got it right there. I don't like the lamp, but I think the shoes are looking good. Oh, there's a little more dramatic, but we have a little cut off there, so maybe I did it even better. Look at that. We have it. Even brighter. I'll keep them both. I don't like the coloring. I'll keep one. Let's see. That's nice and bright. A little too bright almost. Yeah, there it is, right? So let's keep one. Check it out when you go to edit and bring it in here. Some details back and forth. Love the light in the back, how it comes through better. See some more focus happening there. That little tilt really did it. Earrings on the veil. That's cool. I'm not a fan. That one. This one needs to be rotated. Too bright. Focus change. Where are we at? I'll take those. Let's keep them all. It changes up so much. Not a fan. Let's bring out that one. That's good. Too busy. Do I need both? No. I'll give myself a little breathing room. The ring, we're getting pretty dramatic with the light. Something a little better. Let's see, that's a little nicer. It's too dark on that front side. Not a fan of the highlights. It's a little better. This is like shiny on shiny on shine. It's crazy. See, I'm making the overall image smaller. Photo World is making it a lot easier for me to see everything very quickly. My borders, my subject matter, the textures, how the details are coming together. And I can quick flip through these one at a time. I cut that one right there. So one at a time I can come through. Here we go. Again, we got a rotation issue. That doesn't happen often. Interesting. So I'm looking for certain things like spacing. That's a little bit too tight, but that one's a little better. Here we go. Yeah, I took a break there, went over this stuff, got some hairspray actually happening. Some details, of course. And I'm just taking, what do I want? What don't I want, you know? That's a very feminine looking shoes there. Let's move on from that. Boring. Much better. Clearly. See that change there? Just the pocket square coming up and being in there. Missed it there, like that. Good, good, cool. And it's just about making the quick decisions, yes or no, and moving through the day. You know, you have to be quick. You lived it once, you're going to relive it here, then you're going to go through the images and edit, and you got to relive it there. So I'm just going to skip over to another section of the day. You know what? Let's even skip through the ceremony here. See what we got. Yeah, some cool stuff in there. Skip past the formal pictures. We got some outside stuff. I like that. All right. Here's a little progression. I got the groom, and his groom's been walking. Ooh, I don't like the even light we have going on here. This is pretty dull. Moving on. There. That's the one. They're ready for their boy band shot over there. So here we are in a little series. I liked where this was going, but I wanted a little bit more dramatic with how we had the sky, kind of some good color back there. So I made that happen. Here we go. I'm going to keep both because I can make that work over here a little bit. And the veil's a little bit different. Yeah, I like that one so much more. Making it work there. Look at that. They're dipped away. Totally off. Look, oh, there's the light. See? You have to get your subjects in the light. So culling your images is very fast. I mean, you got to move through it. And what I do is I don't like to look at images the same day I shoot them. It's too quick, too stacked up. I don't want to relive the thing I just lived. It's too much to deal with all of that in your mind. And actually, if you have that break, you take a second, you shoot your images, you have a day off, then you start culling your photos, and you can kind of make a better decision about what makes sense because you're seeing it differently. You have those fresh eyes, those rested eyes coming to look at this again and kind of live through it a different way as a spectator rather than a creative behind it when you're creating the images and making those pictures. So do yourself the favor and take the break. I know there's so many expectations to like push out the pictures right away, but you got time. I mean, you don't have to hit it one night and be done. Can you? Sure, yeah, but you're going to get tired. I mean, it's possible, but do yourself a favor, take that break, and you'll be ready. You'll be ready for seeing those pictures again and moving forward with them, going yes and no to whatever makes sense for you, and then you'll have a better collection of photos to offer to your clients or to put in your portfolio or to show family and friends. I mean, whatever the purpose of your pictures is, it's up to you, but you're going to have a better collection if you take that time off, come through it, kind of make a rushed decision, because if you get hung up on these pictures, I mean, it's happened to me before, or I see one where I'm like, ooh, I got to see what that looks like edited. So you jump into Photoshop or throw it through the Lightroom process and you start taking these ideas through and see what you can get out of it. You're kind of wasting time. You know, you have time to edit later. You probably want to get the main things done right now. That is way too many pictures there. So you want to get those main pictures done right now, just so you have them ready to go, because you can edit any day, anytime. You have it available to you. So Photo World, culling your photos. Take your time. Take that day off to rest up. Shrink it down. Make it a little bit smaller so you're seeing the full effect of that image and not really fine details, just an overall aesthetic. And then really follow through those compositional elements. You know, when I'm shooting a wedding, yeah, there's a definite center happy thing happening throughout most of the typical wedding shots. You know, people walk in through the door, you kind of need them in the middle. I mean, you can have them in a rule of thirds intersection or something, but if there's really nothing happening aesthetically in that space, then there's no purpose to doing so. You want to document the people correctly so that way they can be remembered by your clients, you know, and especially for a wedding year, like just there's a separate purpose for some of these photos. The creative stuff, yes, there's tons of different things going on, but that can also influence, or just the fact that you zoomed in a little bit more, or got a little closer, or tilted the camera just slightly in the series of a few photos, and that can really change your decision on yes or no for those photos. So cull your photos. Don't think that everything you take is going to be the perfect shot, because the reality is it isn't going to be perfect, and you have the opportunity to dial it down and find what works and what doesn't. Keep going, Photo World. Keep the shooting. Keep calling those photos and make awesome decisions on building that perfect portfolio. See you guys later, and happy shooting.